Hey there everyone, and welcome back to Corey Loses, where today we are once again continuing our Thrawn Revenge Imperial Civil War 2.2 preview playthrough as the Imperial Remnant. So in the last episode, we finally got to Era 3, although it was super close to the end of the episode, so we're just going to call this the new era. So if you want to see like the specific change text for that, you can go check out the previous episode. But we're here, we do have Biss in our control right now. Palpatine and Cedrus are on the ground, and there is an Aridu Authority fleet that retreated there before, that is in orbit. So I mentioned what was going on with that in the previous episode, but I think I forgot to mention that this is a relatively easy thing for us to try to fix. So it shouldn't be an issue in the actual release version. There's always going to be some weird stuff when you take away the last planet for a faction and then it's got to retreat somewhere. Unfortunately, the locking mechanic for Empire War is like super weird and buggy. But there's some stuff we can do to try to get around that. And the reason that you spawn with so few things is because we're basically just trying to make sure the basic mechanics of it work. So getting Biss to actually flip, you'll see it with the Maw in the next two era changes because we got to go through Karnor Jax first. But by release, we plan to have a lot more stuff that actually spawns in those era spawn events. So we'll continue with what we were doing here. We did lose quite a few of our units when we were trying to take over the last of Zinja's territory in this area just because of the SSD we took down. But we have, for the most part, these guys out of the way. I'm just going to get all our ground units over there, our space units. Let's get some stuff. As we speak, Palpatine's cloned bodies are susceptible to the poison I've infected them with. With or without your help, it is only a matter of time before this Empire is mine. So this is the next era change event since we've gone to Era 3. Karnor Jax is working with some other Imperials to poison the clone bodies because Karnor wants to take command of the Empire. So you can either voluntarily side with Karnor, and that kind of keeps the Empire together when Palpatine dies, or if Palpatine dies without you voluntarily doing that, then there are some planets that will break off and join Warlord factions. So that's the trade-off for Era 3. For the two halves of Era 3, rather. But let's get this going. Pellion's got his own fleet now. He's going to be in command of this fleet for us. So if you progress by helping Jax and completing the build option, the Empire will remain united, and Palpatine and the Eclipse will be destroyed. If you do not help Jax, Palpatine and the Eclipse will remain in your forces for 100 weeks, or until their destruction, at which point some of your planets will revolt. So that's how that works. Yeah, let's just go straight in. None of this is going to be especially problematic. I think Delvardis has Thalassa still, but we should be able to take that out with the inevitable, plus we have Pellion's command bonus, which is pretty good. He's not like super top tier like Thrawn and Akbar are, but he's like probably the next one just under them. I think him, and then I want to say Bel Iblis is pretty close to them as well, but just not quite on the same level. And the things with the tiers, like we've talked about before, is the modifiers for traits also impact that.
Hell, my head full.
But let's get on over. So some of these are their fighter heroes that are just spawning out there. Let's get the inevitable off to the side here. We can bring it in a little bit behind them so that they're not able to shoot right away with all their weapons. And we'll get Pellion in the side here, IST2, and we'll get Ton Falk, and also, you know what? Let's get Party Starter in here in an MTC. These are the 4 MTCs did spawn when the era changed there. But they are some of the only things that did. Alright, so let's try to move in. We'll focus down Pritick and the Avenger.
Star Destroyer standing by.
Bomber standing by. Setting up my run, sir. Getting a lock.
All sections at your command, my lord.
That's certain. There was some of the heroes were being spawned in incorrectly, and some of the other faction units with some of the events that would make the AI not want to use them, because they aren't being added to the free store, which is basically what allows the AI to use anything that it has. So that's been changed in the main build. I don't think that was changed in this build, so that's why earlier on in the playthrough, when we were fighting the Pentastar alignment, we didn't see Kane and the other PA heroes actively doing anything because they were all spawned via Lua and had the wrong setting there. We've got all these guys down. Galas is the only semi-significant threat that this implacable acclamator there. You guys are really taking your sweet time on this, aren't you? You can get a little bit in a little bit closer.
Let's finish him.
I've got him.
Weapons ready.
Watch your formation. I've got him.
Commander, ahead full.
But these guys have no planets left. They have no other ships or forces left, so that's going to be it for them.
Yes, sir. Launching attack.
And
Awaiting your command.
I've got him.
All sections at your command, my lord. At your command.
I've got him.
Use your reinforcements. My scopes are jammed.
Okay. Don't think we'll lose anything to their fire at this point.
I've got him.
Take out the iron cannons.
Here, let's finish off these little tartans.
Gun them
There we
down.
go.
Where are the others? Unable to shake them.
Your command, sir. Engaging the enemy.
Taking fire.
You should be safe, right, Pelion? You're not gonna be in the line of fire. Yeah. All right, Delverdis is down.
Engaging the enemy.
You can swap over to Bellicose there.
Where'd he go?
Then you can get a little bit closer. And if you guys want to get it closer to those acclamators, just because otherwise you're gonna miss a lot of shots, I think.
Target is those iron cannons.
But we seem to have the Arido Authority taken care of, thanks to the New Republic for getting them down to this point. And I guess technically, along with the PA, they're the second faction to get eliminated. Well, I don't know if you want to count the Hapens for that, because they were more of a latecomer. But that's it for the Arido Authority. Palpatine.
Very well.
Very well.
Unit in production.
So, the era change to Karnor Jax is by far the cheapest. Because really, I don't think many people will voluntarily go into Jax territory. Let's actually split off Tackle. We'll get Supreme Victory in there. I'm actually going to slow this down a bit while we get these fleets sorted. So set Galactic game speed. You can't pause it and move around fleet stuff, but if you set the game speed to nothing, it usually works out alright. So there's Angry Parents for you. Let's get Carrion Spear. We'll get Thrawn's Revenge in with you. We'll put Doniger.
Construction complete.
You can get both Lancers. You can get... Is that Last Resort? Yes. We also have World Devastator. So we have Planet Express and Tuna's Vacuum Cleaner. So these are all the Era 3 patron units. So anyone who wants to get in on the Era 3 patron action, you can check out the link in the description to what's available now. But I'm going to grab some of these other raiders that have been around for a while that we haven't used yet. 1.0 Lucre Hulk. Build Cat will probably be our next one. And... what? Palpatine does give us the cost decrease. Let's get Catamount in there. 0.3 win. I just want to make sure some of these fleets are a bit more self-sufficient. Bonus skeleton. Okay, there we go. So let's check out that. Yeah, it's not ideal. I really wish you could move around some of the ships when you're paused. Just like issue the orders like you can in tactical. But unfortunately, that is not going to happen, or that is not possible in EAW. I want to find Lusankia.
Unit in production.
Oh, John. You know what's gonna happen to you, right?
I go.
Tactical battle.
See those ground units coming in. So are there... Yeah, there's 3 of them, and then they've got a CC 7700. Yeah, you guys are really gonna need that interdictor. There's nothing they can do. It's a total eclipse, their fleet. It's shooting your tanks. Now I'm only shooting your fleet. We got one of the frozen maps.
Choose your reinforcements.
And for anyone who didn't watch the
We've located the enemy.
this one's still a bit too big. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to move up the Executor to this side, or if we have to move the Eclipse down a bit, but this map is not a fantastic way to show off the model, but we'll try to look at it on a different map.
I shall. You shall know pain. Very
As you can sort of see, it's a bit more finicky already too.
I go. When I am ready,
Wait,
I bring darkness.
how low are your ranges?
Good.
There you go.
No one survives.
So I might have to increase some of its attack ranges too, because that's strangely low. Let's get Harbinger up here, along with Bellum Totalis. Yeah, good luck with that.
No one commands me.
Roger that. Our target priority is the laser cannon.
Well, a lot of the ranges were increased recently, and I think the Eclipse's stuff tends to be in different files, so I might have just missed those.
Bombers at the ready.
I shall crush the rebellion.
Form up. We've got them on scopes.
There is a great disturbance in the force.
Ready to receive orders.
Attack formation. Go after we have stragglers.
It'll probably be quite some time before we can afford a Sovereign, but that's going to be another thing we can get to in this era.
Bombs
You guys can come over here. Alright, Palpatine got that one. Palpatine got this one. You guys are good with that one.
What do you
Do you think... Did we get the engines already? Yeah, we did. So you can retreat all you want. I don't really care.
I fear no one.
Those B-Wings aren't actually going to get away. I don't think they were actual units. Even if they do, I'm not that concerned about some B-Wings. And the ground units are going to come over here too.
Building started.
Where are we going with this?
Building
Well, let's
under
get BIS
construction.
built up.
Constructing.
Some of the ways that structures spawn through Lua is kind of weird as well. They tend to be neutral.
Tactical battle imminent.
Oh boy, what the... Are you serious? You guys built both of your Bellators? How? You're... Okay. Well then. I didn't think this would happen. Maldrude, you're not supposed to be doing stuff anymore. I mean, it's way better than having like 70,000 gladiators, don't get me wrong. But... I didn't... Well, there's a lot, there's a lot of targets for the Eclipse. That's for sure.
Roger that.
There's Raid Fleet.
Form up.
Reinforcements en route.
That's not a huge comfort.
Reinforcements en
There
route.
they are. Blast them.
There's the updated Providence model.
Regroup for
Bombs
another attack.
deployed.
They're coming in quick.
Awaiting orders.
Alright, well, unfortunately... Oh, there's a Bellator. I thought we wouldn't be able to see one today, but... I really didn't think we'd see one this this whole playthrough after the Greater Maldrude started getting stomped, but... These haven't been some of the best, best maps for lighting that we've played on this episode so far.
Stay in formation.
Oh well.
I've got him. Enemies in range. Get behind them. Taking fire. Commander, they're hitting us.
Reinforcements en route.
Where'd he go? I have them now. Target locked.
Sir, I've got him.
Reinforcements en route.
Nowhere to run.
Alright.
Falling out of
Space station
formation.
under attack.
Well, I'll let you guys do whatever you want, because I have no chance of stopping it.
Draw their
We have been defeated.
What? I'm not sure how that happens. Must be some weird auto-resolve values for the Bellator. I'll have to look into that.
Construction complete. Tactical battle imminent.
We're doing it again. What's this? 4 AT-ATs. That's rough. See if we can at least slow them down a bit. We don't really have a fleet in this area. We have the remains of a fleet. I might have to send tackle up here, yeah.
Brigade standing by.
Enemy is approaching.
Rolling out.
So close yet so far.
Armor ready. Charge. Scanning target. Moving to fire. Targeting. Did my
Unit
sight.
destroyed.
You guys are so tanky.
Reporting.
Unit
Moving out.
destroyed.
Alright, they're gonna out... I didn't think, floating fortress spam was viable, but...
Heavy vehicle factory
Oh, we got
destroyed.
2 of them. Yay! Yeah, I don't think that would have been a very productive battle for us. We would have just lost to the range on those things. Okay, well, that was better than we would have done otherwise.
System lost.
Star Cruiser here.
Well, let's try to secure some of these planets while we're over here then. And we'll figure out, well, which of our 3 fleets do we want to send up north?
Invasion commencing.
We don't want to, I think we want to send, or keep Palpatine down here, because we're looking for Lusankia. Tackle's the closest in that case. But Pellion's probably the most well equipped to deal with, if we send Pellion, Cedrus, and Veers up there, we'll be able to deal with some of the ground stuff a bit more easily, because we do want to secure all these planets if we can. Or Maldrude gets another foothold here.
Awaiting orders. Ready. Advancing.
Enemy base shields
Squad,
up.
move out.
Sensor node
Yes, sir.
constructing. Construction complete.
Roger.
Construction
Right away,
complete.
sir. Reporting in.
Let's get
Turret
one of
constructing.
those.
Choose your reinforcements.
On my way, sir.
Setting course.
Construction complete.
Right away.
Roger that.
Reporting. Yes, Commander.
All right,
Providing covering fire.
let's walk up because we can get to the sensor array up here. That'll
Enemy has been spotted.
help us a bit.
Sensor array.
Okay.
Choose your reinforcements. At maximum
Destination
unit
set.
capacity.
Battalion standing by. Mauler
No,
ready.
you are too far. It's gonna be a pathfinding mess for them.
Roll out. Time Mauler, copy.
Ready.
All right.
Initiate attack run. Ready. Initiate bombing run.
There we go.
I've got them on scope.
Let's get in there.
AT-AT ready. Target acquired.
Do what we can.
Commencing attack.
Moving.
You guys are probably not going to be able to do much. Little TIE maulers or TIE crawlers. Oh god.
Activating.
Get you in there.
They're in my sights.
Go for the SPMATs.
Armored transport ready.
Unit destroyed.
Attack. Fire. Open
Unit
fire.
destroyed.
Reporting in. Targeting at maximum
destroyed.
firepower. Cannons charged.
Hit the main cannon if you can.
Awaiting orders.
And let's get our other stuff heading into. Completely forgot I brought in another one. Okay, you need to take out the main cannons before the main cannons can hit you. Which are still supposed to be
Attacking
mass
target.
drivers instead of turbo lasers, but
Warm up.
they are right now.
Awaiting your
So we actually, there was a news post by Stargate Pegasus Chronicles recently that where they figured out why some of these affiliation swaps happen on maps, because these are supposed to be hostile, the Rancors, but I'm sure you've noticed in the playthrough if you've been watching that a lot of the indigenous units, or if you're in the beta,
copy.
a lot of the indigenous units are not aligned with the proper people. And what they figured out was this is because the different game types, so Steam, the retail one, GOG, they tend to load the faction files differently. So because Empire at War or Forces of Corruption there's the base factions file, which has the stuff from the original game,
General.
and then there's the
Deploying stormtroopers.
expansion factions file, which has like the underworld, and then for TR that's where we append all of the other factions we add. That it makes some of the indexed factions different. So what might be the correct faction in one place, depending on where you edit the map, ends up getting swapped over to something it shouldn't be.
Our base is under attack.
Which should be helpful information for us to fix that. So we just got to combine it into one file for the factions, and then we'll just have to go through and deal with the deal with the effects of it. But at least we'll know why, or at least we know why it happens. You can also see here some of the effects of the ground texture updates that Dr. Knickers has been doing, where he's replaced a lot of the textures. It's the same. The maps haven't been edited, just the actual textures they're using. You can see some of the cliffs and the grass look a lot more crisp.
Bombing run
Have an
available.
AT-AT.
AT-AT ready. Heading out.
Initiate bombing run.
Target acquired.
Orders, sir.
Right away.
Right, so we did lose a couple units here, thanks to some of their artillery. But nothing that I think will really set us back.
Armored transport.
The fleet up here isn't in a great position to
Fallout troops.
take out
Weapons armed.
many more planets anyways. I think we're just going to be able to go for what was the last one they had that's in chat over here, Exilla.
Targeting at
So we should be able to take out Exilla, and oh wow, that was
cannons charged.
more than I thought.
Roger that.
But yeah, we'll be able to take out Exilla, and
That target.
by the time Pellion's fleet gets up here, we'll hopefully be in a better position.
Attack.
Providing covering fire.
But it's just this last building here, so I'll speed it up a bit.
Open fire.
The enemy has been defeated.
There we go. We lost an AT-AT, a TIE Crawler, and a TIE Mauler.
System control achieved. Beginning construction.
Let's actually not spend the money on the turbo lasers. Let's get Pellion over to Dathomir. We'll get Veers up there, I think.
Moving out, sir.
And let's send Palpatine down to camp. We'll send you around to here. Let's see what K-List is set up with. Hopefully the lighting's here than or better here than the last few planets we've been on. Show off stuff a little bit better. That's going to be one of the big things that we work on art-wise in 2.3, is a whole new set of planet textures and space backgrounds. So even some of the better ones in the map right now aren't ideal.
Choose your reinforcements.
But we feel there's a lot of work we could do to ameliorate that situation.
The time has come.
Yeah, it's better. All right.
The enemy will pay.
The VO clip there, ideal. So let's get into cleanup crew here.
The dark side
Palpatine,
is strong.
get on up there.
I'm on them.
Ion
I
Get
am
on
ready
up.
on this one.
Oh, are you gonna ion cannon our Eclipse? No, you ion cannon the Praetor. That's the thing you did. If that had turned out to be a bigger fleet and they ion cannon the Praetor or the Eclipse, that could have been a very short Air 3 for us.
Star Cruiser here. On my way.
I did want to just get
On my
some
way,
of this
sir.
stuff taken care of before we move on.
Construction complete.
Just Tycho and Garm. Like some of the stuff that they just took. Well, it's a bit weaker. The map here. Okay, so this is one of the halves of Hypori. I wonder if Zinj is going to deal with any of the Greater Maldrude's territory, because it looks like they're expanding more into the New Republic's territory down south, rather than focusing on taking the last of Zinj's planet, or of the Greater Maldrude's planets. Hold on.
Ready.
It's a little bit too far off.
Right
One
away.
of you needs to get back there.
Yes, sir.
Look, sir.
Moving to
Examine
that
the
area,
landing
sir.
zone. We've secured a landing zone.
Destination set.
Right away. Setting course.
Inputting coordinates.
Roger.
After several years of it being like written down on my whiteboard and me having not done it, Jorah recently went through and did the changes to the ATPT that they needed, so they should be a more reasonable scale. It's not in the LP build right now, but in our main build, it should be more to scale, and also
Form up.
the
Let's move out.
concussion missiles should actually fire properly, so they don't just like drop at their feet ineffectually.
Let's go.
So do they actually have just the one building here? Because it said that on the map, but sometimes I don't trust that.
Attack that target.
Providing
Should be
backup.
correct, but I don't want to
Bombing run.
assume.
We are
Okay, yeah,
victorious.
because they only took this last episode, so I wouldn't expect it to be super well fortified.
System
But I
control
wasn't
room.
sure if they'd gotten
Beginning
something else up.
construction.
Already got another fleet going around that way.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
I kind of want to get like this little loop of core planets, so Kalis, Abregido, Ifkin, and Fondor.
Construction complete.
Where are you?
Unit in production.
Yep. Seven of those.
It will be done.
Alright, I guess we know what our next target is. Pelion almost up here? Yes, he is. And Veers is here. We got a good
Battle imminent.
extra little setup of ground forces in here. Once Axil is done, that'll be the last planet in this area. And we can potentially get him to focus on Greater Maldrude, because it seems like Zinj doesn't want to. And after that, we might send Pelion up into the corporate sector area. If Palpatine's going to be closer to like the eastern bit of the mid-rim,
Cruiser ready.
Then we'll keep tackle going for the core.
Commander on deck.
Of course, everywhere I am is the core.
Helm
Inbound.
full.
I don't regret saying that. I kind of do regret saying that. That's
All ahead full.
not gonna lie.
Reinforcements cancelled. The enemy has been defeated.
Alright, there we go.
On my
Okay,
way,
we'll move
sir.
you in. I'm gonna put this over junction, just in case
Distance calculated.
that throws off.
Battle
Oh.
imminent.
Yeah, we have absolutely no ground defenses here.
Mining facility destroyed. Tactical battle imminent.
You guys thought you could get away. I'm not sure how they got back there that fast. Well, I guess the ground stuff does move really fast, so...
Carrot commander here.
Is it just the ground units, though?
Choose your reinforcements.
Incoming.
Oh, you guys.
Very well.
I'm gonna have fun with this.
By my will. Soon the rebellion will be crushed.
Heading out, sir.
No one commands me.
I don't suppose that would work. Yeah. Oh well.
Positioning.
Around much longer.
Heading to destination.
Come on, try to retreat.
What
You have 2 interdictors here.
be done?
He's about to be
Choose your
destroyed.
reinforcements.
Setting course.
There, 3 interdictors. Just in case you weren't sure if I wanted you to be able to leave or not, I'm just gonna remove all doubt.
Intercepted.
Awaiting your command.
Eliminating target.
Let's focus on Corin.
He's headed your direction. Stay at
Close.
Technically, he does have a starfighter.
detected.
Chained Hurt, he can get over there. Hitman.
Yes, Commander.
Which one is this? This is Petrificus Totalis.
Weapons ready.
The stragglers. I'm on.
I'm always down for a good Harry Potter reference.
Excellent shot.
Reporting. Come about.
Weapons ready, sir.
He's coming around.
There is a great disturbance in the force.
Roger that.
Oh, did you want to leave?
Gravity well generated.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I?
Commence.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Locking on.
Was
Sir.
were you supposed to get away or something?
Play havoc
I-
with our torpedo guidance.
Course set.
Yes, Commander.
I've got them in my sights. Ties reporting in. Changing course to intercept.
What a bunch of twists and turns this episode has had for us. Get the Eclipse all excited, and then you suddenly see all these Bellators, and then the Bellator gets killed by auto resolve. But this is the top quality content, folks.
Awaiting orders.
Are victorious.
All right, I'm gonna go for Charaba after this. I think we'll try to regain
Planetary
that,
control
and
achieved.
we might even go further in and get
Destroyer reporting in.
get Iron Fist. So we've got these guys here. Let's fly you over there. I don't think there's any real danger of us losing that battle.
Tactical battle imminent.
I mean, I say that, but if they built an ion cannon immediately, then maybe. See, every time I say stuff like that, I end up regretting it. And I hope I don't regret it. This was supposed to be our longest era. I was thinking maybe even like 10 episodes in this era.
What are your
But we
orders?
do still have 3 to get
Choose your
through, so
reinforcements.
we're, what, halfway there now? Ish, sort of.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Hold on, you get up here.
Understood.
I kind of want to get the Eclipse in range from the start.
We've come across enemy units.
They don't have... Okay, yeah, it's not that big of a fleet.
It will be done.
It's not that
We're
serious.
moving out.
am in command.
As per usual, take a fish tank.
Getting a lock.
I fear no one. I don't want no slime in my sight again.
Intercepting.
Wonder what the raid fleet's gonna be. Pretty sizable one. This has gotta be what? I'm not sure if it's Zinj or Maldrude. I would have that.
To your position.
The lasers are
If they try to retreat, I'll probably let them.
Come. Order, sir. Narrowing position. For the Empire. The dark side.
It's a lot of bombers. I shouldn't have sent in the
Acquiring target.
Praetor as well. Probably gonna have to sacrifice the Praetor.
Watch for enemy ships.
Star Destroyer standing
Okay,
by.
Star Destroyer, get over there.
Engines activated.
Where'd he go? Go after them. Get behind
By my will.
nowhere to run.
Let's see if we can get this over
Star
here.
Destroyer reporting in.
I'm hit.
No one commands me.
Falling out of formation.
We'd probably be in a better position without the raid fleet, but they're kind of gonna be in range to take out that MC-80B.
Our target priority is the laser cannon.
Oh boy.
Eliminating target.
Go after the stragglers.
Yes, Commander. Attack.
Okay.
Scopes are jammed.
You're far enough out of range.
I shall crush the rebellion. Excellent shot. I've got them in my sights. I got. Where are the others? Quick. I got one.
There goes the shields.
Coming back around to another run. More enemy craft. Shields almost gone. Nowhere to go.
Choose your reinforcements.
Right away.
That is a great disturbance. Pursuing enemy forces.
Losing power. Intercepting. Nowhere to run.
Kill them
out of formation.
immediately.
Locking on. Losing control. Draw their fire.
Awaiting
Cover
orders.
me now.
The lasers are our target.
Copy.
Okay, let's try to focus over on this. Oh my god. How many do you have?
Stragglers.
Watch your back.
Engaging the enemy. Regroup. I'm on this one.
Watch for
Enemy
stay in
ships.
formation. Under control. Enemies in range. I've got
Intercepting.
I regret everything.
Out the iron cannons.
I'm losing. Yes. They're coming in quick. More enemy craft. Watch him. He's coming around.
taking fire.
Target critical. Returning to your position.
I have them now.
I'll take care of this. I am in command.
I got him. I'm on them.
Close
Are we almost out of fish tanks to shoot, please?
Awaiting their orders.
Okay, you get over there. We need...
I'm on this one. Advance about to be destroyed.
I'm gonna just set all you guys to hunt.
Fear no one. Position. Watch it. This guy
We kind of need the Praetor to die,
Deactivate.
so we can bring in something a bit fresher and a bit more useful against this many fighters or this many targets.
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
dark side is strong.
Okay, you need to get in here.
I am ready.
Over there.
They're coming in quick.
Oh god.
Squad, move in. Get behind them. My scope's jammed.
There's more.
Target locked.
We're a quarter of the way to another super laser, which I'm gonna use on Mantan Wanderer.
Your command, sir. Fire.
I'm on them. Eliminating target.
All fighters. No one commands me.
Commander.
TIE squadron standing by.
Coming around.
Right, you are soaking up none of the damage, really.
Excellent shot.
Taking
What?
fire.
I've got them in my sights. Coming back around for another run. I
Get over
shall
there.
crush the rebellion. I want them
Reporting in.
destroyed.
Intercepting.
Open fire. Coming around.
Can you hit the MC-80B from there?
I can't switch
Make sure you're taking out the bombers.
We have a new enemy.
First and foremost.
We must
Roger
end
that.
this
Heading to
rebellion.
destination.
Pursuing enemy forces.
Our launch bay is gone.
Target critical.
Where'd he go?
It's getting farther out. Okay, the Praetor's gonna die.
Command.
Once we have a fresh fleet, depending on how strong...
Taking him out.
Come on, super laser, super laser, super laser.
Almost gone.
I have them now.
Bring them to their knees.
Alright, there's that.
Falling out of formation.
Choose your reinforcements.
Coming about.
Their fire.
Destination confirmed.
Heading out. Unit capacity.
What do you want?
Alright, let's see if we can do anything with this.
Sir,
Location plotted. TIE defender standing by.
enemies in range.
I fear no one.
Form up.
I've got him.
Destroyer here.
The time has come
Reporting in.
to be destroyed.
Attack position. Destroyed.
Alright, we got a significant number more fighters.
Instructions received.
Let's get over to that. We're still dealing with the bombers up here.
Copy that. Ready for duty. Pressing the attack. Roger that.
Sir,
Dark side is strong.
Engines primed.
I am ready.
Awaiting orders.
Narrowing position.
Alright, it doesn't look like they're jumping too much more in.
Turning up. Let's finish him. Changing course to inner side.
Copy.
Watch him. He's coming around.
A lot of those bombers are going for
Acquiring target.
that ISD up there.
We're on the move.
Let's try to move some of these other guys up a bit more.
My run.
No one commands you.
Form up.
Target.
Holding fire for maximum effect. Initiating attack.
Choose your reinforcements.
Awaiting orders.
What? Squadron standing by.
Defenders ready.
go after the
Bombs
stragglers.
away.
I have them now.
I copy. Right away.
Copy.
I've got him.
Okay, once we're down a couple more, 10 more pop cap, we can bring another fighter in, or another Praetor in.
Ion cannon.
Standing by.
Get the bombers over to here.
Go after them.
Get all the bombers over there.
Disturb us. Down.
Fire on those laser cannons.
Pursuing enemy forces.
This is way too close. I don't like this.
Our shields are down.
Unable to shake them.
Coming around.
Our primary engine system is down.
Taking
Yes,
fire.
Commander. I got
Hit.
Our launch bay has been destroyed. I copy.
Taking him out. We're
Reporting.
being targeted.
Navigating to coordinate.
Alright.
Falling out of formation.
Destroyed. We have a new enemy. I've got engines are malfunctioning.
Ready. Attacking target.
Engaging the enemy.
out.
Ready for battle.
My motions can't handle it.
Engines activated.
Squadron here.
Enemies in range.
I am in command. This one.
Yes, Commander. Affirmative.
Bombers.
Okay, it looks like they're gonna have to go through at least some of these smaller ships before
Attack position.
it gets to the Eclipse.
Yes, Commander.
Star Cruiser here. Take out their engines.
Eliminating target.
Enemies in range.
What do you want? Form up. Location plotted.
Okay. It doesn't look like they're dumping anything else in.
Ready.
Waiting orders.
Oh my god. That was not good. Talk about a bad omen. Alright, well, before anything else happens, I think we're going to leave this episode here. So thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you're enjoying the playthrough so far. In the next episode, hold on, let's see what that looks like. Okay, that was not an insignificant drop, but not most of their drop. Oh my god, that was almost really, really bad. All right, well, thanks again for watching, everyone, and I will see you next time. Bye.